Moments like this with her family,
I'm a creature of habit.
bonding and putting together puzzles,
I'm like a dark green.
means so much more to Debbie Teague these days.
I know.
She holds on to every bit of joy she feels in her heart because she knows there's a possibility she won't remember it in the future.
And then I get teary because I can't figure out what I'm wanting to say. And I'd get frustrated with myself.
The 65-year-old was diagnosed with younger onset Alzheimer's disease a little over a year ago. It impacts her memory as well as her communication.
He will see me and I'm can't figure something out. And he said, "What are you trying to do?" "I don't know." And he'll say something and it pops in my head. And I said, "That's it."
Her husband, Mark, of 46 years, remains by her side. He's taking on more household chores, keeping her encouraged, and coming to terms with their new reality.
Just accepting that I don't know if I can get this out, but that she does have Alzheimer's. Life is not the way it used to be. You know, it's changed. And it's scary what might lie ahead.
Before Debbie was diagnosed, the couple's two daughters began to notice changes, like her misplacing items, forgetting things, and repeating herself. These are all signs medical experts say people should take seriously.
If someone has early signs of something like Alzheimer's disease, or even a condition that precedes Alzheimer's disease called mild cognitive impairment, it is so important for them to be seen, because we have medications that are available to slow down the progression of Alzheimer's disease.
According to the Alzheimer's Association, nearly 7 million Americans are dealing with the disease caused by complex brain changes after cell damage. It affects thinking, behavior, and memory. It worsens over time and can have major impacts on daily activities.
The rates of Alzheimer's in America, even here in North Carolina, will rise mostly because of risk factors: heart health, diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure.
Research shows that older African Americans are twice as likely as older whites to have Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. Among African Americans 70 and older, 21.3% are living with Alzheimer's. Neurologist Robert Wiggins explains a possible cause.
One thought is that it may be related to these modifiable risk factors, so whether people are more likely to have things like diabetes, blood pressure issues, cholesterol.
Wiggins says another factor can be socioeconomic status, which impacts people's access to healthy food, education, and doctor's visits. Fortunately, 89-year-old Exert Perry's daughter recognized something was wrong with her father 7 years ago.
So my dad started presenting with tremors, and I knew those tremors because my grandfather had tremors. And so I kind of knew that kind of what he was dealing with even before we got the official diagnosis.
The diagnosis turned out to be Alzheimer's related to Parkinson's disease, which is a movement disorder of the nervous system that can cause tremors. Tanya Blanding immediately became her father's caregiver, helping him with daily tasks like preparing medications and cooking.
I always remember what he did for me when I was young, so I try to keep that as a mindset as I'm caring for him now. I want to give him the same love and attention that he gave me as a young person.
Yeah. That's my boo-boo.
And Exert has a furry friend looking after him too.
She's definitely a companion to my dad. She watches out for him. She knows what her assignment is. If she feels that he's not feeling well, she'll come and get me. And she's on her job.
When she first came, I said she's gonna sleep out there. Because I don't want no dog in the house. Now I can't do without that mutt.
He can't do without his daughter either.
She's a loving person to be with, and I enjoy her very much, and I love her.
Doctors tell us for those like Tanya taking on the tough role of caregiving, it's critical to make sure they don't neglect themselves and truly lean into their support system.
You're on the same team. Not only with the person you love, the person you're providing care for, but also your doctors, the nurses, This can be a very difficult disease to not only treat, but also to care for. So it's really important just to know who your teammates are.
And even though it's a challenging disease, there's still hope.
The landscape previously in Alzheimer's disease was really focused on what we call symptomatic therapy or symptomatic treatment. What that was mostly what I call like an oil change. It might make someone feel a little bit better, but it really wasn't having an impact on the progression or the worsening of Alzheimer's disease. Things now, though, are dramatically different. We have several approved medications.
2 of those are lecanemab and donanemab. These medications have proven to slow the progression of the disease. As research continues to evolve, it gives families more time to make precious memories that patients may not remember, but those closest to them certainly will. For Carolina Impact, I'm Dara Khalid.
Thanks for watching, and if you don't want to miss any more great regional stories, please subscribe to our PBS Charlotte YouTube channel.